Thank you. And joining me today is Brogan, a cast member in Network, currently playing at the Florida Studio Theater. Good morning. Thank you.
Good morning. Thanks for having me. Good to be here.
Just a refresher for people who aren't familiar with Network, although it premiered 50 years ago. Can you tell our viewers a little bit about it, please?
Yeah, so the movie came out in 1976, written by Patty Chayefsky, who was one of the titans of mid-20th century television writing and then screenplays. He also wrote a novel. It's a satire on modern media and how we use the media, what we use it for, and how the media possibly exploits us.
Interesting. Yeah. Now, what is your role in
the
play?
There's an anchor in the play and the film. He's the nightly news anchor, and he's told he's only got 2 more weeks left on the job because of low ratings.
Okay.
And he goes on TV that night, and he announces that he is going to kill himself on TV in 1 week's time, because he's starting to unravel mentally, having lost his job and his identity. And the ratings go through the roof. People are glued to the TV watching this guy spiral into madness. I play his best friend, the news director of the program. It was the William Holden role in the film in 1976.
Okay.
And I'm trying to, pull this back and, say, no, there are morals here. Ratings be damned.
Yep.
There's a human being here that we need to take care of, and it's the battle of the ratings of, trying to save a person versus trying to save a network.
And you did both. Well,
yeah. Not my character. Someone else saves the network.
Oh, okay. Now, you've turned the main stage of the Florida Studio Theater into basically a
modern news studio.
Right, modern news.
21 monitors on the stage, the back wall, some supporting columns a little farther downstage. We have 3 cameras. There's one in the house, and there are 2 roaming the floor of the stage, just like they would in a newsroom.
Wow.
So we can recreate a traditional newscast and then recreate a kind of a more modern late-night TV host, wandering the stage, going from one camera to the other, and occasionally the camera might pan to the audience, but don't worry, no one's coming up to you with a microphone. You don't have to.
It's not an interactive
You're
thing,
not
right?
on camera.
Okay.
We are.
Okay.
And it also does focus the eyes of the audience on different moments in the play. I won't give it away, but we have a little visual trick at the end of the show where your eyes look in one way, and you're looking at one hand and don't know what this other hand's doing. I won't spoil it, but it's a pretty good trick.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's something just to come and see, huh?
A little coup de théâtre, as we call it in the arts. Yeah.
Now, why do you think Network is held up and has been so timely for the past 50 years?
We talk about that. The screenplay written in 1976, and people are still talking about some of the same things. And what it is, it's what is the role of media in our lives, and the danger of the rise of infotainment. And this takes place before the fairness doctrine was done away with, and you had to present both sides of a story, and now you have someone who's presenting just his own politics or whatever stream of consciousness coming out of his mind, and how that influences the audience and what the audience wants to do with that. Do they want to follow? Do they want to maybe not follow?
Okay. 2 things quickly before we go. What would you like the audience to know?
I'd like them to know it's a satire.
Okay.
It's not heavy drama. We do explore some of the more dramatic elements of this story and consequences of people's actions, but there are a lot of laughs.
Okay. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
A little bit of both. And when does the show run through?
So we've got 1 more week. We extended through the 26th.
Okay.
So this is our extension week. We have 8 shows coming up this week.
All right.
We have what we call a 5-show weekend. So we have a show Friday night, then 2 shows next Saturday, 2 shows Sunday.
Okay.
And then we got to make room for the next show.
Awesome. If you're interested in appearing on Suncoast FYI, call our producer or email us using the information on the screen. Next week, we will be joined by the Sarasota Opera. Thank you for joining us today.